fumbles.
Yeah, we just gonna read off the number, man. But what's up, y'all, man? Quick pop-up show, very quick on a question that I got from a a follower of mine, and I'm gonna give him his credit right quick. Let's see. Why'd I do that, man? Tell the people what's up.
What to do, y'all? Y'all already know what's going on. You got 2/3 of the triple threat right here, man. Shout out to our boy Berto doing his thing. You know what I'm saying, for Bleacher Report. Shout out to you, my brother. But it's Chris Tipmore here. I've been pretty much adopted into the family, and I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, Smitty, for all you do, and
No
because you
doubt.
don't have to. So we on here, man, about to talk about a little AJ Terrell, man. Just another conversation that was crazy we just recently had.
Hey, and no hard feelings towards nobody. Let's get this out the way. This is a hypothetical question that I got from a follower on YouTube, Mr. Mario Brown. So shout out to Mario Brown. He gave me this video idea. He said, "What's good, Smitty? With AJ coming up for a contract, and that's after next year. Do you think he's worth 20 mil a year, or would you let him walk? We got some big decisions to make." And Mario is absolutely right. We do have some big decision to make, man, because as we look at it going forward, man, we still have a lot of contracts on the book. You still have to think about Jeff Okuda on the other side of AJ. You still have to think about AJ. You still have to think about um, who else?
Sure,
Possibly
yeah.
Chris Dahlman. I'm sorry, Drew Dahlman.
Drew Dalman, yeah.
Possibly Richie Grant.
Get Nate
D.
Landman.
Nate and Lamon. Nate Lamon is a big name
Nate
that's going to come up
Landman.
because Nate Lemon has been balling out. So you have to go in this offseason, get that guy a raise, and make sure you keep him around at least 3 to 4 more years.
Yes, sir.
So concerning AJ Terrell, as you look at his numbers, and I'm gonna try to bring them up right quick. His numbers as far as his contract. This is his contract breakdown. That is his contract breakdown. So if you looking on the screen, he signed a 4-year, $14.3 million deal. 2023, he's only making 3.6 this year, base salary 2.5. But you look at next year, his 5th-year option, which they picked up at
Mm-hmm.
12.3. Um, that is a big jump, if you ask me, from 2.5 to 12. That's a $10 million
Yeah.
raise, and he deserves every bit of it. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But if you look
Great.
at some of the highest paid defensive backs in the league,
Yeah. Yep. This
I'm
year,
looking at,
Jair Alexander
I think, who is number
started
one?
at 21.
Jair Alexander's right, 20 million a year. So that's the starting point. Denzel Ward is at 20.1, so he's up there as well. Marlon Humphrey is number
Yep.
3. Marshawn Lattimore is 4, tied with Trevon Diggs. Jalen Ramsey at 18.3, and we talking about a guy who had 3 interceptions in 3 games. So
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey still is alive and well.
I'm
Then you have
talking
his teammate Xavier Howard at 18 million. In the last 3, Tre'Davious White is at 17.25. He's been out the last 2
getting
years
hurt.
with knee injuries.
Getting
J.C.
hurt.
Jackson just got cut. No, I'm sorry,
He
J.C.
robbed safety.
Jackson with the Chargers. Um, he robbed them blind, man.
He
He
robbed
robbed
air.
them
Well, he
blind.
robbed everybody.
Um,
Oh, excuse me. He robbed the Chargers. Yeah. Robbed the Chargers,
Carlton
and they
Davis
sent him
with
back.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is at 14.83,
Yeah.
and he's number 10 on the list. So the
Right.
only thing that I think that I have really a question is what do we pay AJ? That is
Man.
that
And,
is something to think about. What do we pay him?
and
What do
before
I'm gonna get your
before
ideas first,
really
and then I go on.
analyzing,
Yeah, go.
right, before they really just analyzing these numbers, I really was thinking somewhere in the 15.5 range, but looking at the names and the money and how everything is shaping out, we really kind of be shortchanging the man. But we still do have needs. We want to put him in that top 10 category as far as like top 10 getting paid. I'm thinking somewhere just a little bit under Xavier Howard, but around in that Tre'Davious White area, like it's like maybe like a 17.5, because he's getting like
Yeah,
17.2, so maybe a 17.5 for AJ.
17.25. Right. Right.
Yeah, so maybe just a straight 17.5 for AJ Terrell, man. I mean, I really feel like that's kind of respectable, especially if you don't pay him and you just let him get his $10 million raise, and then you just try to add on to that and just give him that raise to go to 17.5, man. It just, oh man, I just don't want to like overpay and not be able to like keep other guys, man. We have to still think about it. But AJ, he's earned his money. He's earning his money. That's about it for me, man. I don't want to go no higher than 17.5. I'm sorry. I just no
Okay.
higher than that.
Quick shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for this quick pop up.
Hey, shout out to you.
Oblivion Empire said he would want to keep AJ and Jeff Okuda. I definitely agree with that. And we about to get in
Indeed.
there in a second. Q Lavender, what's up, my guy? Mr. Floyd Donnelly. China Key as Miss Carrie. She has a question. Do y'all see Darius Leonard was released by the Colts? It's not a surprise. He's been injured the last 3 seasons. So he was one of the best middle linebackers. He got a pretty big deal and hadn't been able to stay healthy. So it's not a surprise. Colts are going to go in another direction at that position. Would you like to see the Falcons pick him up? Miss Carrie dropped that question on my YouTube, and I will answer it for you a little later by itself. Because that's a very interesting question now.
Yeah, it is. That's a great question. Shout out to Miss Carrie.
Curtis Franklin, what's good? We need a new coach and offensive coordinator. I definitely agree with that. Mr. James Overton, man, he's one of those senior Falcon fan residents, man. He's been following the team ever since inception. So shout out to Mr. James Overton, who's been supporting me a very long time. So Mr. James Overton, salute to you, my brother. King, aka Greatest, he said Jeff is trash. I don't think Jeff Okuda is trash.
Yeah,
I disagree with
Jeff
that.
Is trash, yeah.
Wholeheartedly. So I'll let that stay your opinion. I'm not gonna get into that. But as we talk about money, you said 17.5. I definitely agree with that because it's not that AJ does not have the talent to be up there at 20 million. I think the Falcons are going to try to stay around that 17 to 18 million or even lower to help with the cap space. And to keep this team together, you could see AJ take a little bit of a hometown discount just because of that. Miss Carrie, you put them go to one of my videos on YouTube and drop it in there, and I will see it, and then I will copy it and paste it, and I will definitely give you an opinion on that. But again, thank you for that question. Truly appreciate you always supporting us. We truly appreciate it. But yeah, AJ, as I was saying, going up to the 20 million range, he deserves that. I'm not gonna get that.
There you go. He deserves it.
You talk about a guy that's had a stellar career already, and even though he hasn't had an interception since 2021, which that's mainly because
nobody don't throw over there.
He's a shutdown corner. So this is why I said the 20 million. It makes sense if he gets it, but if he doesn't, I understand that too. The Falcons have quite a something to back why they wouldn't pay him. You talk about not an interception for 2 years. You talk about he's had a couple of injuries, but what's in his corner, he's a Pro Bowler, and like I said, he's put up the numbers. But I'm with you. I'm in the 16 to 18 range, in the top 10 for sure. But do you go to 7 to 10 or do you go 6 and above? That is the biggest question. And you have to still pay Jeff Okuda. That's what I'm thinking about. So if Jeff he takes Okuda, a pay cut, go ahead.
Yeah. Now I was about saying Jeff Okuda, I believe he's only making like 3 and some change this year.
Correct.
So you know he's going to have to get a little upgrade too, because I believe, hey man, he's been playing pretty decent. If you ask me, he's been pretty locked down. Well, not straight locked down, but you know he's been decent in coverage. And you really haven't heard his name about getting beat like that. So I mean, I want to keep him around because he is playing well. But we also will have to see how he fares going down the stretch. And that's the same thing with AJ. So of course, this is all hypothetical.
Facts. Mr. TCG Channel 208. Thank you for the kind words. We appreciate it. This is what we do, man. We try to put out consistent content. And if y'all didn't see the video from yesterday on Chris's page, A1 Forever, please go check that out. Get them an inside look what they can expect from that video from yesterday. For those who didn't tune in.
Yeah, man. If you just didn't tune into that video, man, it was just another private conversation between me and Smitty that we wanted to share with everyone, and it was just, do you Falcon faithful trust the front office of the Atlanta Falcons after misfires, miscues, outbids. It's just a lot of different things that's been going on. Whether it's their fault or not, we were just talking about the facts that is actually happening. So we just
Facts.
wanted to get you guys' thoughts, on that, and just always just thinking about different things that are going on with the team that we like to share because it's all about opinions, and we love to hearing you guys' opinions, and we love sharing ours with you.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And to check that out, you can go to A1 Forever on YouTube,
Yes,
or you can check it out on my page in the community tab. You can find a link there and watch it. But please help my
indeed.
boy get to 500. He's right at
Oh
the
boy.
doorstep.
I'm
So
like, I'm like right there.
he at the doorstep.
No,
He at the doorstep with a package in his hand. So
hey
go ahead and
man,
subscribe, man. He do his thing, man. Like I said, I support him, and you should too,
thank you. I
because
really appreciate that.
he puts in the work just like I do on his content. And we come up with crazy ideas, but this AJ Terrell content, man, trust me, Mario Brown threw the question out there, but
Hmm.
at the same time, we were talking about it anyway. So I said, "What the hell? Let's go and do it,
It was
right
just
quick."
it's funny how it all
Um,
just fall in the line.
But another point before we get out of here, and we made this a quick video because it's just a pop-up show because it's just one idea. But I'm gonna throw something on Mr. 95 North himself, Mr. Bleacher Report,
Hmm.
Mr. Mr. Alberto. He brought up a great point. We were talking and he said, what if they had a choice to make? And the choice would be go after Brian Burns as a free agent, pay him,
Hmm.
and let AJ play out that last year and then see where we are. Or do you go ahead and pay AJ and then try to squeeze Brian Burns in, and we still have that combination of that edge rusher and that cornerback? So
That's very interesting.
that's a great question. What would you do? Would you go edge rusher? Or would you keep that cornerback, or would you try to squeeze in both?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I wouldn't try to squeeze in both because they're both a need. And Jeff Okuda, he's been playing well and everything, but at the end of the day, I just feel like Jeff Okuda is still not a AJ Terrell, and that's no disrespect to him. But
Right.
yeah, that's no disrespect to him at all. He's been playing well, but AJ is still the better corner. And if there was a way I could get Brian Burns, I would definitely do it because that's a pass rusher. That's a pass rusher for sure. Something that we need. And as far as trying to squeeze them in, man, honestly, if I can't make a trade with maybe like some players, some kind of capital like that, I definitely would try to look into maybe some draft picks and trying to acquire, excuse me, Brian Burns because I've been a fan of Brian Burns the whole season,
Since
even
Florida
before
State.
this. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I've been like he's a pass rusher, man. That's something that we need. That's all I'm looking at. Something that we need. And hey, it's something else too, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's a possibility that I would be willing to possibly trade Kyle Pitts for Brian Burns if it was any kind of way for it to happen. I mean, I would free Kyle Pitts. I would give Bryce Young a nice young target to throw to, especially if we keep Arthur Smith as a coach. I mean, you just gotta. It's hypotheticals. I'm not saying I don't like Kyle Pitts or anything like that. I'm just saying I want this team to get better, and if we can get rid of something that we're not using to get something that we can use, I'm for it. I'm for the brand.
Yeah, and I threw it out a couple of well, shout out James Overton, man. He got you to 500. So shout out to Mr. James
Oh,
Overton. We appreciate it. So thank you, man. We
yeah.
appreciate
Oh,
it.
y'all know I gotta do a
And
special video now. Y'all look out for that one.
oh yeah, y'all done did it. I
Oh
see
yeah.
another one. And
Thank
Twan
you. Thank
Wartime,
you.
that's my
Appreciate
boy Twan. Shout out to Twan, man. He said he got you there, Chris. So you at 501.
it.
Because
My
he said
brother.
he going to subscribe right now. But
I really
yeah,
appreciate
man,
y'all. I'm not kidding
this
about that. I
is
appreciate
something to
that
think about
wholeheartedly.
going forward. I agree with you with Brian Burns. I would try to squeeze in both, but like I said, we're talking about Jeff Okuda. You have to get him signed because he has no fifth year option. He's a free agent
Yeah.
next year, and the way he's been playing, I think you got to think about bringing him back as well. So how I would approach this, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna roll with that. What Alberto said. I'm gonna go out to Brian Burns in the offseason, pay him because we
Hey,
talking about
wait a
25
minute.
million off the rip. No way
Hey,
around it.
pull
Because
pull this guy name up real quick, man.
which
The
one?
Josh Allen comment.
Oh,
The Josh
let's
Allen
see.
comment.
Christopher Moore.
Excuse me, sir. What you got going on? we, I'm talking about. I'm talking about, man. Is this my distant cousin or something like that? My goodness. But he brings up Josh Allen from the Jaguars, a young pass rusher. That's true. That is true. Josh Allen. I don't believe. I thought they did something with him. I thought they
No,
was trying to
no,
extend him or something like that.
no. I don't think they did, and I think they just declined his fifth year option, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong, but
Oh
I have to check and see. But yeah, I think he
yeah.
will be a free agent. So that's another good name out there. But Brian Burns, he's just a whole different animal. And there's no disrespect to Josh Allen. I just think that Brian Burns would be a better fit in this system. You talk about a guy
Absolutely
that can
not.
get after the quarterback, and he can he's great against the run. So setting the edge and doing all that good stuff, shooting gaps, he can do it all. So speed,
Right.
power,
I like that.
moves, he just has the total package. And I think I would try to sign Brian Burns. And like I said, man, that's 25 million because Montez Sweat got 24-5.
Yeah.
24-5, I
Yeah.
think it was. So Brian Burns with more sacks, more games, and he's going to be 25-26 in that range.
And he's
But
younger.
the reason why, and he's younger, and
Yeah,
you think
man.
about this too. Every year the NFL gets a salary cap raise. So whatever extra money that you have going into next year, and the Falcons are already projected to be at 50 million. And I saw if they cut Taylor Heineken and Mike Hughes, it goes to 60 million. So they'll have the money. Um, but I understand this. Tydrick Davis, he said Burns wants too much money, but you got to understand you got to pay for talent, and that's the thing.
That
It's just like
bro.
Julio Jones. It's just like Julio Jones wanted those 66 million. If we didn't give him that money, he was going to be gone. So you got to look at this situation the same. Um, Dark
And you
Side
can't be
says
afraid
shouldn't.
to pay guys, man. You know he's a game
Right,
record. Let's just be honest.
right,
And like we was talking about and me and Smitty's last video, that make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, we was talking about that this class of pass rushers is not the best. It's not. Like you may be able to try to find a gym somewhere, but guess what?
right.
Brian Burns is right there. He's gonna be better than any defensive end that you see coming out right now. If we're talking about trying to win right now and not restart over or anything like that.
Right. And Dark Side says, should the Falcon get Michael Penix? Go ahead and drop that question in my comment box under one of my videos on my channel.
Mm.
I'll give you a reply to that sometime today. So Dark Side to go over to my channel, choose a video, and drop that question in there, and I will get to it later. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to see going forward because I think AJ Terrell deserves to be a Falcon for life. But we all know things happen. Money happens, egos happen, and front office decisions happen. So
Right.
I think AJ Terrell will be here, but it's a matter of what is priority number one. And it could be Jeff Okuda, could be AJ Terrell, could be Brian Burns, and all that good stuff. So I would say AJ would stay here, but it depended on the price, man. I'm in the 16 to 18 million range, but anything over that, I got to let it go. Or
Yeah.
I go into 2024 on that fifth year option at
That fifth year up.
12.3. Yeah, and let him play that out. Or halfway through the season, if he's not where you want him system wise, just trade him and get some back for him. Because
Yeah.
if that's what everybody's doing anyway, if they are not going to use somebody going forward, they wait to the trade deadline, trade them, and get at
And
least anywhere from a third to a fifth round pick.
sure, you seen
So,
what the Eagles did with Bayard. I'm
right,
saying, man, it would have made the play for him. So
yeah,
it's
and
similar. It's similar situation. Like if you can't come up with a deal at the end of the year, then just go ahead, go ahead and play his last year on out. He's going to get a 10 million, you know, what I'm saying, upgrade anyway.
right,
So I mean, you just let them play it out and see what happens if you can't come to a deal. That's just what you do. And that's
Yeah,
nothing personal. That's just business. I don't like personally, do I like it? No, but I understand that that's just business. And we can't fall in love with these players either, man. We
that's what we
can't.
say all the time around here, man. We love the player, we look, but when you guys support the brand, anybody can be the part of the brand.
Anybody.
Favorite player, outside player, as long as they're rapping the Falcons logo, that's who I'm supporting. So it's nothing
Hey,
against AJ, but it's all about timing, all about a
yeah,
vision, and Terry
yes.
Fontenot has a plan. So and
And I
that
don't
and
wanna
go ahead.
no, I was just saying I don't wanna let that comment get lost and everything too. I had seen it. I believe Hucklebuck had said it about facing Kyle Pitts twice a year. And all I'm saying is if we got Brian Burns over there, I don't mind. I don't mind facing him twice a year.
You
That's
know,
just me
because
personally.
the thing about it, when Troy Anderson comes back, he could cover him.
Hey,
So it's always
yeah, and
accounting
that's
for
another
something, man.
thing. That's
Yeah,
another thing too. Because remember, I'm gonna bring up that point too. Okay, real quick. We just came up with a brand new question. If you do go get Brian Burns, do you still make Troy Anderson a edge as well?
I think so. I still would make him an edge because I feel like you can go get another middle linebacker in the draft, or you can find one in free agency that can come in and fill in. But you got to
Right.
have Nate Lamon on this squad going forward. There's no way
Yes.
around
Yes.
it.
I don't want to
So
end up
he's
having to play him nowhere.
he's another one of those contracts. We talked about Jeff Okuda. We talked about AJ Terrell. Nate
Right.
Lamon is another guy. I think he's not even making $1 million this year. I don't think.
I don't even think so,
So
but he definitely deserves to
it,
be a millionaire.
so you can sign him to a reasonable contract, probably 3 years, about 25 million or somewhere in that range, a little bit over 8 million a year. He deserves that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's pretty good right there.
I think, I think going forward, there's gonna be a lot of questions with this salary next year, man. Well, not questions with the salary, but how they spend their
How
money
they gonna
next year.
use it? Yep.
And Terry Fontenot has already said, man, he's not prisoner of the moment. He just trying to build a winning foundation, and to do that, he has to make the right moves at the right time. And I agree with that. So
Yeah.
going forward, AJ Terrell, I hope he stays. And like I said, this question was just hypothetical. It's nothing against nobody. It's just something that
But
we sit around and talk about, and would like to get your opinion on. But go ahead and
but
before we get out of here.
but in the same sense, he got to make the right decisions. But Falcon Faithful, just like the last video we did, do you trust him? Do you trust him? And
Yeah.
that's another big question as well. So
Nathan
yeah,
Floyd said he
man.
think it would work better with Anderson and Lamon in the middle and move Ellis to the edge.
Mm.
That's a possibility. That's a
Yeah, I
possibility.
mean, hey, yeah, I mean, just in this system with Ryan Nielsen, I can see Ellis being able to move over like that, just because of who
And the
the
reason,
defensive coordinator is.
the only reason I would take Anderson over Ellis is because of physical tools, speed,
Yeah,
agility, and all that stuff. And I think
right.
he sets the edge just a little bit better than Caden Ellis. So
Also, playing former quarterback, he's just different things he probably able to analyze
right,
and dissect just a
right,
tad bit faster, just because he used to be a quarterback.
facts. So he comes back from that injury next year. He's 100%. Um, I think you make that move. Put him at outside to add some speed to that position because we don't even know if D'Angelo Malone is going to be here. He hadn't been playing, and he's probably hanging on by a toothpick with
Right.
his team. So we'll see how it plays out, man. But before we get out of here, man, please tell everybody where to find you as always.
Oh yes. Well, first and foremost, thank you each and every one of y'all for helping your boy get over 500. It's only up from here, and I really appreciate everybody. I don't just be saying that because I know no one has to do anything for you. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every one of my subscribers. Y'all can find me on YouTube, A1 Forever Sports. But a show that's cool and fly too, man. We be generational because it's always time to be, and ain't no point of selling for less. You can always have more with the vision. Catch me on Twitter, A1 Rock. Catch me on Instagram, A1 Forever, and also catch me on TikTok at The Real A1 Forever. I'll be dropping videos
Facts.
and little stuff on there too, man. So, hey, man, we just out here trying to get it, and we got it for you.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about. And y'all know who I am. I am Smitty Sports Machine, YouTube, Spotify, sportsblog.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just please continue to help me get to this through this YouTube universe, man. Taking this
Please.
ride. I'm on the way to 10,000 at 9250. So I have 750
Woo!
subs to go before I get to 10,000. So y'all continue to help me grow and give me great ideas for great content.
Indeed.
But for my boy Chris, oh, and tonight, don't forget to join us for the New Orleans Saints preview show with Mr. Eric Robinson from ESPN. Chris, Alberto, and I will be chatting with him. He's a big Falcon fan, and trust me, gonna bring the heat when he talk.
And I can't
So
wait to hear him.
hey man, trust me. But y'all go ahead and check that out tonight, Tuesday, November 21st, I think it is today.
Yeah, November
Um,
21st.
8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. Y'all check it out. And if y'all catching the
Almost eating
replay,
time.
right? And I love to
Getting
eat.
close to the eating
But
time.
hey, boy. And again, if y'all just not checking this out and y'all checking out the replay, please go to Smitty Sports Machine and check out the Saints Falcons preview with Eric Robinson joining me, Chris, and Alberto.
Yes.
But that's it for this quick topic, man. We hate to run, but it was just an idea and we had to throw it out there.
Yep.
But I thank y'all, man, for always joining us, man. We appreciate it. And we'll holler at y'all tonight at 8 o'clock, which is very soon. And we out.
Peace.